This presentation provides information about the Invertebrate Zoology course taught in summers at the University of Oregon's Coastal Field Station, the Oregon Institute of Marine Biology. All photos shown in this presentation were taken at or near the field station during prior teaching years, and I am one of the instructors, Patrick Baker. It is traditional in biology to divide animals into vertebrates, animals with backbones, and invertebrates, which include everything else. This is arbitrary, done because we ourselves are vertebrates, but almost all college biology programs still break it up that way. What that means, of course, is that the invertebrates tend to get scant treatment compared to vertebrates. This may end up being the only course on all these other animals that you ever have a chance to take. No one knows how many invertebrates there are, but estimates start at 97% of all animal species. This may be an underestimate because we study vertebrates so much more. Most invertebrate animals are very small, but even so, they collectively outweigh vertebrates by, using the estimates in the paper cited here, nearly 2 to 1. It is clear that we need to pay more attention to the creatures that numerically dominate this world. If you want practical justification to study invertebrates, there are many reasons, even if we consider only marine invertebrates. Corals, oysters, and other animals create reefs that protect islands, provide habitat for fisheries, and enhance biodiversity. Sessile animals filter the water. Benthic animals recycle organic matter and nutrients. We eat many invertebrates via fisheries and aquaculture, and they provide other commodities too, like precious pearls. In recent decades, we have turned to the sea to obtain medical resources from invertebrates, including drugs and things like a lysate extracted from horseshoe crabs, seen here, that is used to test for harmful bacteria. All of these resources and services need management and research. We start all that with courses like this. I would suggest another reason to study invertebrates, perhaps not so fashionable in our profit-driven modern world. Invertebrate animals are amazing, interesting creatures, and they have been here longer than we have. In this course, I hope to persuade you that invertebrates are worthy of our interest just because they exist, and they don't need to justify themselves. There is another tradition, seen in most invertebrate zoology textbooks, to teach the various taxonomic groups in a certain order. We will, instead, work through the animal groups based on what is available at different times in the summer, and by what is most helpful for the students. I have found that segmented worms are popular with students and easy to understand, so we will start with them. Sponges will be last because they grow bigger and more interesting as the summer goes on, and all the other groups will be covered in between. I have listed here some of the topics we will cover for each group. This course focuses on marine invertebrates, partly because this is a marine station, and partly because there are other courses available for insects. Even so, are 8 weeks long enough for all marine invertebrates? Of course not. I could teach an 8-week course on each of these groups. All I can do here is give you an appreciation of this diversity and, hopefully, make you hungry for further studies. We will cram as much learning as we can into 8 weeks, but it will not all be lecture. We will have lab every day, and we will get outside every day. Some of the things upon which you will be graded are listed at right. I do not consider this a difficult course, but it will be a lot of work that I cannot deny. We will do our best to make it fun and interesting, and of course, we will take breaks when we need to. Invertebrate Zoology at the Oregon Institute of Marine Biology is a lab-based, interactive course. That means lots of hands-on stuff. The word icky is strictly forbidden in my class. We won't be touching just animals, we will be touching the environment too. If all my field pictures look wet, that's because the ocean is a wet place. We will observe safety at all times, but that won't stop the field experience from being rocky, muddy, and wet. I advise students to bring their own waterproof footgear, but if you don't, there are boots to buy or borrow. Even if you don't mind getting your feet wet, you still need to protect them, because all of those interesting invertebrates have interesting ways to protect themselves. There will be some collective lab exercises, but most of the time you will be drawing specimens that you have collected. When you draw, you see details and patterns that you would not have noticed just by looking at or photographing a specimen. Don't worry about your artistic talent. You won't be graded on that. During the class, however, you will become better and more confident in your technical drawing. The Oregon Institute of Marine Biology is in the coastal community of Charleston, Oregon, at the mouth of Coos Bay. Charleston is a colorful place with commercial fishing and aquaculture, as well as tourist attractions and, of course, marine biologists. Sometimes it is hard to tell who is more salty. It never gets hot at OIMB, no matter how hot it gets inland. You might need a sweater, but you won't need an air conditioner. If friends or family come to visit, you are on the Oregon coast, one of the most scenic places in our country. There are a number of parks and attractions within a short drive of Charleston, and many more within a few hours. I encourage you to take advantage of this too. Always learn to appreciate where you are. Introductory Biology, BI 211 to 213 at the University of Oregon are prerequisites for invertebrate zoology. This course may be taken by anyone with those or equivalent courses from other colleges, and it fulfills requirements for the biology, marine biology, and environmental sciences and studies majors at the University of Oregon. I hope to see you soon.